Everybody, good evening and welcome to the Believes Crypto Show, where we talk about major events in cryptocurrency and we focus on trading. My name is Believes, I'm your host, so please do me the favor of hitting that like button, subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified of future content if you are interested. And we're going to kick off tonight with the top story, which is the USPPI, right after the jump.
It's your boy Believes. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk about what's going on in the crypto world. There are a couple of pieces of information, the important things. We're going to go over those. Of course, we're going to skip right to trading as quickly as we possibly can, but let's go over it. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Number one, we're leading off with USPPI. So wholesale inflation is softer than expected, but PPI goes up a little bit more. Retail sales move higher in November. And all of this, despite the fact that it was elevated and hot, were actually good for the economy because they came in under certain expectations, and that is a good sign. Now, wholesale energy price was up 4%, which is a huge number, by the way. We expected to see, and I've expected to see, gas and oil prices coming down, but energy prices are still sticky and they're still up. Now, you might be asking yourself why, and the answer to that is very simple. A lot of these different companies went to their governments and got the ability through the utility companies to raise their rates. So you're paying a lot more for your current electric bill, despite the fact that they're paying way less for their energy costs. It's a shady business, but that's where we are right now. Now, in terms of numbers, Dow consensus was 0.3, we got a 0.2. Food and energy, the core PPI, was flat for a 0.2% gain. Not that big right there. However, the single energy price, a 0.9% gain in goods price, fueled much of the PPI increase, with more than 80% attributed to a 4.6% jump in energy prices. So remember how that oil price was going to come down and Trump was going to save us? Not yet. It's going to happen. It is happening, by the way. But again, a lot of these different companies, a lot of these different utility companies went to their governments, got approval to raise their rates a few months back before oil prices started to take a nosedive. So now what you're seeing is you're paying your old $150 bill for your electricity is now $300 for your electricity, and your gas cost is still going way, way down. So I'm not sure exactly how that gets handled and how that gets fixed by our governments, but I would expect to see something like that happen. And by the way, we're talking about rate cuts coming December 27 or January 27, January 28th. That's when the Fed's going to be meeting. Did you know that even though you're supposed to apply the Fed rate is supposed to, that's supposed to go into savings according to the quote unquote wink, wink, nod, nod agreement that the banks have with the government? Did you know that that's ignored now? Did you know that big banks, Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo are paying either 0.01% interest or 0.1% interest, while Capital One is paying 3.3%, PNC is paying 3.3%, and then banks that are online, Axos 4.3%, Open Bank 4.2%, Everbank 3.9%. Did I just say Open Bank is paying you 4.20 in interest? Unbelievable what some of these people do. Marcus by Goldman Sachs is around 3.65, and SoFi is at 4%. So, we talk about this all the time. If you have millions of dollars and you just want to live a nice, comfortable life, then you could live off of the interest. Well, you can't with the big banks. You can only do it with smaller banks because the bigger banks are no longer even complying with the Fed. What is the purpose of the Fed at this point? It does nothing. Speaking of doing nothing, Brian Armstrong is in the news because he's reviewed the Senate banking draft text over the last 48 hours, and this is the Clarity Act. Coinbase can't support the bill as written. There are too many issues, including a de facto ban on tokenized equities, DeFi prohibitions giving the government unlimited access to your financial records and removing your right to privacy, erosion of the CFTC's authority, and then a draft amendment that would kill rewards on stablecoins, allowing banks to ban their competition. Guys, do you see where this is going right now? What is happening at this point? Democrats are trying to create a scenario in which the banks are still controlling you. And look, at this point, you guys know I do not like Brian Armstrong. I don't respect their company. But at this point, I'm on their side because this is bad mojo here. Now, not only is it bad mojo, let's go see my friend Ellie. I don't know why I wasn't following her. I get notices from her constantly. What is... You know what? I bet this is a fake account. This is a fake account. There we go. Huh. Okay, that's better. Whoo, that was very, very weird. Okay, so this came up from Ellie just a little while ago. It probably speaks to the size and influence of Coinbase on Capitol Hill that I'm hearing rumblings that the markup could be pulled tomorrow after Brian Armstrong announced he was withdrawing the company's support for the bill an hour ago. And let me be clear, what do you think just happened here? These ghouls, these goblins, let's get into the chat window over here and let's pop that up on the screen. I'm gonna say hi to you guys in just one second, but what that means is, what happened is these Democrats came out and they said, oh yeah, Brian Armstrong supports this bill, so obviously we're crypto bros, right? We're all crypto bros here. And now everybody is seeing what it is, and Brian Armstrong has withdrawn his support, so now they're like, oh wait, yeah, we didn't mean that. So we'll see what happens over the next couple days. It's gonna get very, very weird. I promise you. Over the next little while, you're gonna see some wild stuff happening. So good morning, good evening to Latama, Juice, Honda Game, DC the Dudes. Do I still believe in Dev? Absolutely. Honda Game says, bro, have you been hitting the gym hard? Yeah, I've been hitting the gym hard. I've been crushing it in the gym. Poe says MK is absolutely exploding. DJ Arfog, I don't know how I'm gonna say that name. DJ, believe you seem slimmer since I last saw you. Looking good, keep it up. I'm down 145 pounds right now. I was clocking in around 370 and 225 today. Now, I did put on 5 pounds in the last week or so, but it's because I'm like not real comfortable with just not eating anything, at all. So yeah, I'm kind of changing. And you know what? It seems like my camera is getting a little bit wonky right now. So bear with me for just a moment here as I get this thing sized just right. There we go. All right, so Steven's in here, so let's talk about what's going on. Okay, let's keep going with this. Let's break this down as best we can. So Senator Tim Scott, they've reached out for comment, not gotten a comment. This is just what industry policy folks are telling me. I do know that Coinbase specifically requested postponing the markup earlier today before pulling its support. So shout out to Coinbase, who's actually doing something that I agree with for fucking once. And as for the rest of the market was good today. With the number one among them, ICP was going off today. ICP was having an absolute breakout. Now, it's not up on the day. It's up, well, it's about 0.4% on the day. But look at this breakout over the last couple days that we've seen happen on ICP. This is just a testament to how important AI is to this equation here. At the top up here, ICP was up 50% over the last 2 days. So if you're holding some ICP right now, and you bought it in the last couple of days, then you are feeling really, really good about your decision-making process. If you take this down here and you go from the pivot, like if you were lucky enough to buy the bottom over here, then you're up right now 72% and 77% overall on that last move. So this is a great thing. We ended up about $40 billion on the day after a day that we thought was going to end up in a profit-taking. We were up 150 billion the day before. So, these are really good days being strung one after the other. Also, the ETFs right now, Bitcoin inflows 42 million, Ethereum 76 million, Solana is up 1 million on the day, and XRP is up 13 million on the day. But for the Bitcoin ETF yesterday, up $753 million in a single day. The Ethereum ETF was up $130 million in a single day. The Solana ETF in a single day was up 5.9 million, and then the XRP ETF was up another 13 million in a single day. So we're having great breakouts all over. Institutions and businesses are still continuing to accumulate and get into the game. Okay, people are not getting out of the game, and you got these raggedy influencers out here telling you that we're in a bear market. These guys are stupid, okay? 48 on the fear and greed index. Now, by the way, when I say that, that doesn't mean that they're wrong, okay? And I think I pointed this out. I want to show you guys exactly what I posted on X so that there's no, because if somebody comes back later and says, well, please said it, blah, blah, blah. So this is what I said. The influencers telling you that we're in a bear market are going to do the following. One, they'll deny the pumps and they'll tell you something got extended. They'll set rally points for going higher, but lower than the previous top. When we got the previous top, they'll go higher and they'll touch grass. Okay. Once we get to 125,000 again, all those bearish influencers are going to go out and touch grass for a little while. And they're going to be like, no, bro, it's not really happening, because they're going to get liquidated on their shorts. And then when we finally actually capitulate, they're going to come back in and they're going to be like, told you, bro. They're going to ignore the fact that we ended up hitting 150,000 on Bitcoin. They're a clown show and they're all traveling in the same Volkswagen. Okay. So just to be clear, that's exactly what I said. Now, let's move on to the total markets here. We had about $10 billion in DeFi volume being traded. Now, let's get into the rest of it. We're going to start off, as always, with Bitcoin. Bitcoin have another breakout day. I gave you this range right here where I think Bitcoin's going to stop for a little while. This 99,000, 100,000, I think we're going to have a nice little fight on our hands when we get up into that range. But for now, I think that continuation is going to happen, and that we're going to see a lot of move and a lot of push for our Bitcoin up into this 90, and then we'll see a break. And by the way, we might see an absolute breakout happen. I'm not really sure yet. We have to see how the market, we got to take the temperature of the room, right? See what the market really will price in and what it will do. We saw a huge rally by Bitcoin today, but we saw some capitulation on some of the altcoins, which we'll get into in just a moment. Ethereum had another nice green day. However, when we look at it, still has not completed its move. Having not completed its move, what is the next step here? Well, it's going to have to finish it off. Like, we got to get back up into the top of that range. So I suspect that we're going to see a continuation of this move, and then we're going to see that move up into this, and then 3480 is going to become our buy zone. Now, I set a buy, by the way, at 94,200 on Bitcoin. Didn't even come close to getting it. Went down to about 94,800, and then just absolutely reversed. But I was not going to chase the pump, so I'm not in the market. Actually, what I ended up doing is it was a couple $100 that I was going to put in it and go long. And when I didn't get that, I just bought more Bitcoin and held it on spot instead of futures trading. So now we have a little over $3,000 worth of Bitcoin that we're sitting on right now. I just felt like we had to do something, look, I felt like I had to do something just in case, so that we were in the game, if you will. So happy with that. Ethereum, again, running. I want to see some movement here. I'm going to remove this for right now. This is the plan here. So we're either going to break to the upside and then have a dump right there into that range and then a pump coming out of that, or we're going to continue on here. We'll dip back down at 3480, becomes our buy zone, and then boom, it's going to end up breaking out right there. Moving on. Solana, same thing, but Solana is over the hump, if you will. Solana broke out into this range right here. This was the range I was telling you guys that I thought might end up being it. I wasn't sure exactly where it was going to be, but we're right there in that zone right now. So the next move right here kind of tells us what's going to happen next, or at least gives us an idea of what's going to happen next. And then we have to look at where the next rally point is. Next rally point, by the way, we're going to change that now, and it's going to come in hot right there. Let's change that to green for go. So I'm looking for a rally to $156.52 on Solana. I would suspect that you see a capitulation of a little bit as we come back down here into this range. Might even see it start to dip down here. We might not even get that. We might see a bounce off of this. If we were to get that, then use your Fibonacci tool and just plan a buy right in this range at 131, 132, and then expect to see, if we capitulate, expect to see a nice big move heading back up here. 156 is going to be the next big goal. XRP, $2.14. Now remember, I took my long position and I went ahead and liquidated that. I took the money, I took the profit. It was too much to pass up. There was no reason for me to continue to hold on to it, so I went ahead and took it. Then I set, then I was going to set another bid at 205. We're not even close to 205 right now, kind of sitting at 214, but it looks like the market still wants to run. So if we get a 205 again, I'm going to bid on that, and I'll set a buy order right there, because I think ultimately what I would look for to happen is this move to here and then boom up to 270, 275. So I still look, we should be bullish at this point right now. The market is pricing in continuation of everything that we're doing at this point. Tau is not really lighting it up, but it's hovering around 290. It's feeling really good in this little range right now. This is a consolidation. When we zoom out here just a little bit and we put in a volume node and just kind of look at, like, where's our volume profile? Let's see if we can, oh, you're not. Oh, you know, the cryptos don't do volume nodes. I forgot about that. They don't do it anymore. I don't know what they did to break them, but they don't do volume nodes anymore. So if we were to look at the volume node, I'm sure we'd see it like right in this little range right here. We're at the bottom of the volume node. A break above that puts us on pace for $450 to $500 for BitTensor, and I think a rally is imminent. I do think, and I suspect, there's going to be some profit taking along the way. You just have to kind of zoom out here, go to the total market cap, and look what we've been doing for the last couple of days, and it seems like there's probably going to be some kind of capitulation. Like, if we could get a little break above, we got a break going into 3.34 trillion, which is another 100 billion away, and that corresponds with, actually it doesn't correspond with anything. 3.45 trillion is what's going to correspond right there. So we've got some ways to go before we start seeing anything. Like, I'd be looking for a breakout. I'm really looking for a nice little breakout here in the market. So going back to Tau, I think it's going to continue running. BNB got a little sideways action after continuing on again, having another big day. It did dip a little bit as the market was. Again, I told you the altcoins kind of dipped a little bit while Bitcoin was still continuing its little surge. So we'll see what happens there. Avalanche had a red day. Excuse me, while the rest of the market had a green day. So we'll see what happens with that one. Luna Classic, again, I'm anticipating a move to the upside on Luna Classic. Not much to talk about there. Nothing's really fundamentally changed. Trump, if you don't have any Trump meme coin right now, it's a great opportunity to get some right now. See that volume node up there? That means that it most likely is going to head up to $7.50, because that's where the volume is. And when you zoom out a little bit further, you can see that still the major volume node right now is at $8.32. Now, when you zoom out all the way and you start to look at where it is overall, still overall $8.45. I suspect that we're going to see a move by the Trump meme token to $8.45 coming up pretty soon. That's going to be about a 60 60% increase? Yeah, it's going to be about 60% rally. So I do think that's going to happen. So you should probably buy some Trump. Near Protocol, not as convinced on this one, obviously, but it did have a rally 2 days ago. So, and I told you I was not feeling it. It was not looking bullish, but then it ended up breaking out. So I would suspect that we're going to see, let's find the volume in this zone right now. And the volume in this zone is down below. There it is right there. $2.70. So I suspect we're going to see a significant rally from Near Protocol coming up over the next couple of days and weeks. Ondo did not have a breakout, so we're still looking at Ondo at the bottom of the range. So lending just not doing much right now. Same thing with Pendle, lending just not doing too much right now. SWE halted today for a couple of hours over a bug. That's not a great sign. That's usually a sell signal. I told you guys that this would probably be a good reason to sell. And guess what? Sell you did from about $2, went up to $1.93, all the way down to $1.81 when it halted. So that was the right play, by the way. Dev still touching bottom, still. Now, by the way, let me also say this, right? If there's going to be a rally on Dev, and it's going to be a natural occurring rally, right now is actually the perfect time. Let me show you what I mean. If you look at this right here, then guess what? We're under, which means that we're in sell pressure, we're in outflow, but it looks like we've minted a couple of white right there. So I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see money start to flow back in, and we might see a rally back up here into that 25-cent range. No promises right now, but a move back into 25-cent range right there, most likely on Dev. Also, the RSI only at about 26, 27 right now. It's at the point of a massive rally. When we get those down into those ranges and we get those low ones, the last time we got that and the last time we got a spike was right here. And we went from, let's not use the top of this, but 76 cents. Yeah, so what was the, boom, 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 boom. Overall move looks something like that right there. So what could we see happen right here? From that low to that high, looks like somewhere around 65 cents. So that would actually be about a 4x from where we currently are. It's a huge move. So, and I'm not sure that that's going to happen. I'm really not sure that that's going to happen. But that's what we got the last time we were in this spot, when we had this low RSI and we started to heat up a little bit. Again, I don't think that there's any reason for Dev to have that rally, but there could be. Now, Definity, over the next couple days, like I told you before, there's going to be a move from Definity. If you don't have any of that DEFX right there, you should get some. I don't know I can't tell you what's going on. Not really sure exactly what's going on. I just know that there's a lot of bullish sentiment right now on Definity. Now, what I told you on Twitter was I expect a 3 to 10x on Definity over the next couple of days. Like I feel like this is going to have a significant sort of rally. A 3x would be right there to this little range right here. A 10x would be up here. And anywhere in between is just going to be a gift. Now, the reason that I'm saying that, saying all these are going to be a gift, is because if you were to just take a moment and look at it from a market cap standpoint, if they get any sort of momentum, a partnership that actually resonates with people or anything like that, the market cap is only $2.2 million. So Definity has a $2.2 million market cap. And the top of the Definity market cap overall, going all the way back here. I mean, again, that had that huge run when it started. I don't think that's going to be a good one, but $24 million market cap. That's 10x away. And I think that that's probably call for, like, I think that that's going to be a significant rally. Now, if it doesn't, and all it does is a rally to some previous regional local highs, Well, those previous regional local highs are right here. So if we were to just kind of gauge it and say, well, that's kind of the top right there. That's 10.8. That's a 5x from where we are right now. And it would only still be a $10 million market cap. So that's why I say to you guys, you should be watching and you should be checking out Definity right now, DEFX. For clarity's sake, just to give you guys, because I don't want to just send you out here blind. It's going to be a contract address that ends in, you know what, let me go put it in the contract. Let me put it in here for you guys. I don't know how to actually type into this chat right here. Let me see if I actually can. No, I can't. Shit. Oh, I'm your crypto news. Thanks. All right, so let me pop over here real quick. I'm going to send this out so you guys can see it.
If a donation makes...
Oh my God, guys, Liz Warren. What the All right, in chat right now, I just put the contract address for Definity, just in case right there. So, we'll see what happens with this, right? But Jesus Christ, if you ever put Liz Warren, God damn it. You ever get mad for no reason? My mad for no reason is Liz Warren. Oh my God. This is absolute insanity. Get out of my face, you goblin. Anyway, Definity, again, I think a 3 to 10x is probably going to happen over the next couple days. Don't hold me to that. Anything could happen. You know, maybe what I'm thinking is going to happen is not going to happen. Anything, you know, I mean, again, I'm just speculating. I'm just guessing, but it feels like it's about time for that significant rally. And now this. Risk-based gaming and prediction markets are all the rage, and that's where TerraCasino.io comes into play. Guys, the smart money is in TerraCasino.io. Are you smart right now? If you do, you already got a login. If you're not, it's time to smarten up and get yourself a login. Go to TerraCasino.io and sign up today. Link in the description down below and start your risk-based gaming adventure right now. If you're trading meme coins or utility coins, and I do have a list, you know what the list is, but Terraport.finance is your place to go. They have everything you need. They have a deep pool of liquidity, and Terra Luna Classic is blowing up right now. You've seen the charts. And if you're trying to track your trades, then TrackMyTrades.ai is the place to go. Link in the description down below. You can track all of your trades. You can find out how successful you've been, and an automated tracker is available to you by subscription. All you have to do is sign up today. Traders everywhere are quitting their jobs left and right because this new trading indicator just turned TradingView into a profit printing machine. This is the best trading indicator that I have ever seen. This beast scans every market on TradingView, crypto, forex, stocks, you name it, it will find you entry points, and it's going to pinpoint high probability reversal zones, and it's going to do it in real time. You're looking at it on the screen right now. In fact, not only does it give you that, but it gives you sell strength indicators, and it bases them on when you should be selling after you're being asked to enter a trade. With a 90% success ratio, can you afford not to get involved on this? I'm going to ask you. This Crusader Signals indicator is the indicator that makes legends. Grab it now, link below. Don't trade blindly. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be checking this out, true believers, for the next couple of months. Guys, I think this is the next great indicator. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. All right, guys, now remember, when we're talking about Crusader Signals, I am not telling you to ape anything, okay? I'm not telling you to ape. I'm telling you that it will give you a signal. It will give you a strength 1 where you buy a little bit of something. You might make a profit off of it. You might not make a profit. So it gave you a buy signal, like for example, it gave you a strength of 1 right here, gave you a buy signal at $1.15. Within a month, API 3 was at $2.69. So you got 150% gain off of just that one single move. Now, it gave you another couple of buy indicators right here where you had some opportunity to make some profit as well, but it never gave you the sell signals. It gave you the sell signals finally right up over here where you made a bunch of money off of it. Now it's giving you buys again. It's giving you a strength of 1 for the buy. It's giving you another buy over here. So buy some API 3, it's probably going to rip again. Aster, I don't think that, yeah, Aster doesn't qualify for it. Centrifuge gave you some sell signals, still don't have any buy signals on. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's go look at how well did it pick ICP right here. This was a sneaky breakout, but look what it did for ICP. It gave you a buy signal here. It gave you a buy signal here. Gave you another buy signal right there, even bigger strength. Then it gave you an even bigger strength buy signal right here. And then what happened? You had this crazy breakout, and it goes from, where did it end up right here? $2.05 all the way up to $8. You had an easy 4x if you just use Crusader Signals Indicator. And then, by the way, if you want to, come down here into your trading panel and just let Crusader Signals do the trading for you. It will set the buys, set your buy strength on 1. When you get a buy strength of 1, put $100 in. When you set buy strength of 2, put $150 in. When it's a buy strength of 3, put $200 in. You're going to DCA. That's what you're doing. You're DCAing your way. Then when it gives you a sell strength of 1, take your original investment, whatever the original investment is, take it out. Then when you get the strength indicator for a sell 2, that means that the market's still pumping, take out 50%. Then when you get another one, take out another 50%. It's easy to make money with this indicator. 90% success rate. It's absolutely crazy what you can get away with if that's how you're doing it. So I would just, look guys, it's a really clean, easy to use indicator. It tells you exactly what you need to do. Sign up in the description down below. It's actually pretty crazy. Now, and easy money so far. It's been easy money so far. We'll see if it stays that way. Like for example here, it has not given you, it's not seen anything bullish in months right now on Chainlink. It's not giving me any kind of indicators. And guess what? Even though we've missed a couple of pumps here, it gave you a buy way down here. Then it gave you no more buys until it gave you a sell. And it was from, what is this, $13 all the way up to almost $30. So it gave you a nice little 3x. Then it told you to sell. And now it's just telling you to chill out and don't buy anymore. So if you do that, you're on your own. Now, in my opinion, if I'm looking at Chainlink, look at this right here. You see this, we've turned this into kind of a, we're gonna turn off Crusader for a second here. We've kind of created a floor and it's an ascending floor. Well, guess what? I think in my brain right now that we're at $14 right now. I think that we're probably gonna have a run up to $25, $26 on Chainlink, that we're probably gonna see a little altcoin breakout up to here. And we're gonna see it crash back down. I mean, it's what it's been doing over and over and over again. So stands to reason that that's probably what's gonna happen again. So if you're buying, buy the bottom. So even though you're not getting a buy indicator here, I think it's a good chance to buy. Also, Pepe had a nice little breakout right now, but it's nothing in the realm of, there's no altcoin season coming here from Pepe. You just kind of look at that and you can see there's just, you know, it was a good move. I want to say it was like, what is it, 50% or 60% over a couple days? Like, it was a pretty good and aggressive move. Where are we at here? 78, let's call it 80%. It was about an 80% move right there. That's a really aggressive move. And by the way, just to give you an idea, when I talk about volume range, I want to show you something here really unique. See that outcropping? See that outcropping? See that outcropping right here? Well, guess what? If we were to take this and we were to say, hey, horizontal ray on that, guess what? That's where the rally started. Horizontal ray up here, that's where the rally ended. Where's the rally going to go? Up to this white line. So there's still room to grow on Pepe. I just don't, just because I don't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. So if you're a Pepe fan, I would exit the market completely on Pepe if I got to that rally point right there. It's at 5 zeros 96. Let's call it 4 zeros 1. You get to 4 zeros 1. That's a little bit aggressive. Let's stick with, 401. You get to 401, exit, get the fuck out, just get out of Pepe. You've made your money. Remember, most of the money, I think, in my opinion, on Pepe is going to die out and it's going to rotate into Trump. Okay. When we get the rally, the appreciation is going to be about Donald Trump. Now, guys, I've told you before, I'm going to tell you as many times as I can breathe. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I'm a fan of tariffs. And I do believe that what he's doing for the economy is ultimately good. So prices are, look, I haven't seen prices at the grocery store come down. I'm going to admit that. Okay. I have seen prices at the gas station come down. The reason that we haven't seen energy prices come down is because all of these companies like NIPSCO in my area, what they did was they went to their state representatives and they got them to agree to increase energy costs. So you're paying more for your electric bill, but they're getting their gas a lot cheaper and they're getting their fuel and oil a lot cheaper than they were getting it a while back. So now they're making an enormous profit, and that profit they do have the rates go back down at some point. So you're gonna see rates go back down pretty soon. We'll have to get through the holidays. We'll have to get through like the winter months because it's going to be a heavy time for oil. But prices are going to come down. All right. Now there might be a Fed rate pause, but that doesn't mean that prices won't come down in the longer term. So again, I'm not a fan, but for sure, and I mean for sure, we are on the right path. So let's give it a little bit more time, and I think you're going to see something drastic start to happen. Now, VeChain, I told you before, I'm not seeing any strength in VeChain, so we're going to leave it alone right now. World Liberty, I'm not seeing any strength in World Liberty. By the way, I gave you the spot where it was going to go, that red line, and that's exactly where it went. And I got to turn off the volume profile because that white line is going to annoy the shit out of me. So I gave you exactly where it was going to go. Now, the problem with this is I don't have enough respect for it breaking out because it's not doing enough. It just had a big announcement, but it didn't really move the charts too much other than, just a good relief rally pump. So that means to me that my buy zone is going to be 1 cent again. So I'm going to be waiting to see it go back down to 1 cent one more time. Now, you might say, well, we got, you can't even call this a double bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like this is too risky for me. Okay. It might be fine for you. And if it's fine for you, by all means, go for it. I mean, there's a trend line right there that looks pretty decent. I mean, you kind of see the trend line here. It's really kind of moving in an upward trajectory. So if you get a crash back down to let's call it, was it 1.5? Yeah. If it comes back down to 1.5 cents, maybe you can be a buyer. And it's going to rip back up there and break above 2 cents, maybe. But for me, it's just not on my radar until it comes down to a penny. If it comes down to a penny again, I'm going to put $5,000 in it. Okay. Because I think that's going to be an easy $5,000 profit. Okay. That's why I'm saying it. Zebek Network, I'm still not seeing anything that's leading me to believe there's a breakout happening. It's just moving with the rest of the market. Zcash had a nice little recovery today, back up to about $450 from, or was it the other day, $360. So nice relief rally, but that's not the one that broke out. The one that broke out is called Dash, and Dash is still going. Dash is up a ridiculous amount over the last couple days. Look at this breakout for Dash. If you happen to be one of those people who is using the Dash privacy coin over the last couple days, 137% breakout. That is enormous. So those are the kind of rallies that you're looking for in crypto. So I would have Dash on my radar. Now, if you want to enter a position, obviously you don't enter where it is right now. If you miss it, you miss it. Oh, well. If you're interested in setting a buy order, set your buy order at 63, around 62.7, all the way down to about 56. And of course, what you would do is you would DCA, again, if you're using $5,000, you would buy 1,000 at 62.7. Then you would DCA 2,000 at the 618, which is 56.67. And then just in case, you would DCA one last one at $47.98 right down here. So you would put, basically you put 1,000 here, 2,000 here, another 2,000 here. If only one of them triggers, you're in for 1,000. If two of them trigger, you're in for 3,000. And if all of them trigger, then you're going to be in for 5,000, and you're going to have a nice little surge when it surges. So that's all you have to do. Also, that's going to be just in case. That DCA strategy, you want to put a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more as you're going down so that your risk is tolerated a little bit better. Now, it doesn't mean, by the way, you would also, in your risk profile, you would want to make sure that your liquidation point is well below $36. Okay. So I wouldn't recommend any more than 3 or 4x. That's all. Like that's all you need for a nice little rip on Dash in case Dash does have that breakout. Then you have ICP. ICP goes absolutely crazy the last couple days. Now ICP up 52%, had a new update to their ecosystem, or there's an announcement of a new upgrade to their ecosystem. There's a lot going on for ICP, so I would be watching for this to have a breakout. Now, the good thing is that ICP is an AI protocol. It's not the largest AI protocol. That's BitTensor. And then Near protocol is number 2, but ICP is a close number 3. As a matter of fact, based on this rally, it might be safe to say that it's moved up to number 2. Let's go check that out real quick. RWA. Oh, Jesus Christ, I put RWA. AI. There we go. Yeah, it's still ranging at around number 3, but it's getting real tight and real close right there. Did you notice, by the way, it has a higher market cap than Near protocol? Look at this. BitTensor's at 3 billion. ICP's at 2.5. Near protocol's at 2.3. So I'm not sure why Coinbase is, or CoinMarketCap is a scam, man. God damn it. They're a scam. Unfucking believable. Story, by the way, broke out 106% over the last 7 days, or 76% over the last 7 days. Render, kind of idle. Filecoin, kind of idle. You can kind of look down the list here and you can see that you're having some movement on AIs, but you're not really having massive breakouts except in specific circumstances. Story, ICP, Kaito, nope. Venice up 52%. It's not a lot of breakout right there. So the strength is not in AI yet. It's rotating back in. I think really right now, the rotation is, it was meme coins the other day. It was Bitcoin today. Maybe we'll see an Ethereum rally or an XRP. We might see Ethereum, XRP, Cardano. We might see one of those top altcoin rallies. That would inspire confidence in investors. So that's what I would be looking for. So, we'll see what happens there. Anyway, let's get back into chat right now. So Amit is in the house. What's going on, man? Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great evening. Also, if you want, track your trades right up here. It tracks everything that you need. I'm going to give away a free subscription to that, by the way. I've been given the authorization to it, just haven't done it yet. So we'll be doing a giveaway here pretty soon. I hope you guys are liking the new format, by the way. I want to talk price action. I want to talk what you need to know about entry positions and why you need to enter and stuff like that. We'll do a lot more training on this channel over the next little while. Again, we're not going back to early mornings. We're not going to do that. We're going to do 6 p.m. Going forward. So I want to thank everybody. We're also trying to keep it a little bit short. I'm already at 44 minutes, so I'm way beyond my time right now. I have to go to the doctor or I have to go to the pharmacy and pick up some medicine because my muscles are too big. Oh my God, what's happening? I'm just messing around. You guys have a good night. It's not financial advice. I'm always right. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to support me, again, the easiest way to support me is hit the like button and leave a comment down below, letting me know that you appreciate the content. That puts it into the YouTube algorithm. It lets people know that you're paying attention, and then other people can then consume the content as well. And if they like it, hopefully they'll stick around.